Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and we're back in ABX. And I know most of the people want to know about ABL news and feels like ABX is off, but characters in the same time can be used in ABX and ABL with the same builds. So here I'm having a tier 4 character, Carnage, one of my favorite characters, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna compare him with Namor tier 3. But I just understand the value of tier 3 level 80 Namor. I had to drop a video on him already, compare him with others, but for ABX is it's kind of hard to understand his value because he got an extra buff from Titania that other combat tier 3s, actually the combat tier 3s we have now don't have the strong ability, and I thought it was more than the characters that already have it. But as you can see here, you can go through this thing, press strong, and see which one is getting the buff. And the characters getting the buff, it's so little, and one of them are Namor. So for ABX, this is really a game changer. I wasn't sure, that's why I tried to figure out myself and bring you here this kind of testing, so you can know if you need to buy Namor or not. What I'm talking about. I'm talking about Titania and the possibility she provides strong characters, all allies with strong ability, 25% basic attack, and with her own leadership, which is 60%, provides to your Namor a 85% buff. And comparing it to Carnage, Carnage can maximum get the Miles Morales buff, which is, okay, he's not here, but it's like 70% buff to Carnage specific. So 85 against 70%, and in the same time I'm using Taskmaster as a support, and these two bad boys here, Namor and Carnage, got pretty similar build. My Namor got no CTP of Rage, he got a Judgment, so it's also a comparison in Rage versus Judgment. Of course, it's Carnage versus Namor also, and in Namor's run I was using also Titania. So you can know if you can utilize here for combat female villain, combat villain, and combat female. So you're getting a character and slapping a CTP of Rage to Titania, and she can do all this stuff. And I'm gonna showcase you both runs for Carnage alone and Titania plus Namor. The one is tier 3 and level 80, and the Carnage team, it's tier 4 and he's solos. My Carnage got not a lot of Fonts Blessing, to be honest, got like 3, 4, 5. As you can see, his stats looks like that. He's capped on pretty much everything, and he's close to 80,000, but that's because of that buff, of course. And let's find him to where is he? Okay, let me figure. Yes, his attack is 62,000 without the buff of Titania. He got a CTP of Rage, no premium, no artifact. I'm planning to get it. And the CTP of Rage, a legendary uniform, no mythic. I have no bias for that. And ISO set it's stage 12. Yep. And from the other side we got my Titania, who got like yes, that's with her leadership. Okay, I'm not gonna swap that right now. She got no audience blessing, and she got a raid, mythic uniform, no artifact for her also. So it's not a big deal, Titania. But my Namor from the other side, he's kind of off in a cooldown, and he got couple of audience blessing, you can tell. And he got no CTP of Raids, he got CTP of Judgment, and his uniform, it's normal. So that means Namor got more potentials, you know, if you increase his uniform to mythic, and if you cap his skill cooldown also for 2%, feels a little, but it's like half a second or 1 second in total. I just noticed that, guys, sorry. But yes, let's go and show you the gameplay for these two dudes. And as you can see, they got really big deal builds, and that's how you can see the difference between tier 4 Carnage and tier 3 Namor, and see if you want to get the uniforms of them, if you are not going to tier 4 Namor, if he's gonna be similar with tier 4 Carnage or not. So let's go through the gameplay, but before we go through that, guys, I want you to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below in the comments what are you using on the combat villain day, which is double every second week. Let's go to the actual gameplay. So as I told you, we're gonna start through with my Carnage, Miles Morales, and Taskmaster. Miles Morales provides a really good leadership, 70%. Taskmaster, it's solid support buff, and Taskmaster got a city buff inside. I'm using Venom as a striker, but it's only thematically. I mean, multiple characters are gonna give you the same thing. I'm swapping them depending on the ABL restrictions. You know, if you want shock, I'm putting Electro. If I want something else, you know, depending on what I need, I'm using the current striker. And as you can see, my rotation here, it's pretty much 3, cancel 5, cancel 4. Basically 3, cancel 4, cancel 5. I'm letting the 5th skill place until the end. And after, I'm dropping some 2s and 1s. And if I have my tier 3 ready, I'm dropping the tier 3 after my 3rd skill, 4th skill, 5th skill. The tier 4, whenever it's ready, I'm dropping it. And it's kind of hard to do because actually Carnage, it's the only, basically I'm not sure if he's the only, but he is actually one of the characters that depending on the damage taken. So ABX and ABL for him, it's really hard, and I have to, thank you, sorry for that, I have to go through and take some damage from Beast here or Surtur or ABL, and that's real annoying because these two guys is not doing a lot of damage, so there's not accumulation effect through your damage. That's why I believe like Carnage, perhaps it's the worst for ABX ABL combat class wise. You know, Hulk, if they fix his tier 4, he's gonna be one of the best with the raids. At the moment, I feel like if his damage accumulation was on damage dealt and not damage taken, Carnage could be even better. But he's not getting a lot of buff through his skills, and that's why I feel like he's not capping 12 million like a Moon Knight, or I have seen Venoms doing it. And in general, guys, I'm telling you most of the times that I'm not really good in ABX and ABL, and most of the people feels like I'm making fun, but it's true. I mean, with the same peers and same audience blessing, I've seen people capping on multiple days of ABX with the same pretty much stats with me. So me, I'm capping only like 2 or 3 days per week. I'm really not that good on multiple days of ABX and ABL. And as you can see here, Carnage without swapping did 10.6. So let's go, before we go through Namor level 80, let's see what he's gonna be able to do with Titania lead and swapping into her in the start. Here's exactly the same, but instead of Miles Morales, I'm using Titania as a DPS also, and I'm tag play with my tier 4 Carnage. I mean, it's 10% less leadership, but you're getting a burst of hair damage. I'm not doing, you know, exactly the perfect tag team and swapping plan for her. but it's kind of weird to do, so yeah, I'm swapping like 1 or 2 times and playing with her when needed. You should swap every 30 seconds to be able to pull out some damage with her awaken, but you know what, I'm not gonna do that every single time. And yes, you can see here I did it, like it's the second time I'm using her. And I'm gonna swap into Carnage, I think, for the canceling. Yes, I swapped into Carnage. And yes, here Carnage has multiple skills to cancel this day, so it's really easy for him to paralyze the enemy. It's the paralysis season, of course, you have to know. And as you can see, my damage feels in the start was feeling like it's way better, but at the end I feel like it wasn't. But yes, let me show you. Basically, you know what, I'm gonna rush through this. It's okay, basically no, I'm gonna show you the tactics for Titania, also how many swaps I did. And I haven't swapped yet. Yes, I swapped just to cancel. And here, yeah, okay, okay, nice. 8.7 here. As you can see here, 4 skill, it's really easy to cancel. And you, yeah, see this, you're doing your tier 3, well, you have your 3rd skill up and you're popping the damage with the 5th skill. You want to proc inside the 5th skill for sure, and you want to drop your tier 3 after your 3rd skill, so you're gonna be able to accumulate and do more damage every single time. I do canceling a lot of skills, as you can see here. I'm trying to rush the score to do the 10 million at least, because I was feeling like, okay, Titania, she could help me do way more, but as you can see, the struggle is real. I mean, 25 seconds left and I'm only at 10 million. So yes, I was trying here to swap and say, you know, I did a mistake here. I used my 5th skill before my tier 3. So yeah, he is a kind of messy character to play, ABX and ABL. I love his slimes and all these red things goes around. I love Carnage, but yeah, let's see what my Namor was able to do. So exactly the same team, but now instead of Carnage, a tier 3 Namor level 80 with the CTP of Judgment. I'm swapping again into my girl Titania, but it's not like a huge deal on how many times I'm swapping. I'm swapping like 3 or 4 times max or something like that. With him, you want pretty much to cancel everything into his tier 3. I know people sometimes canceling even his tier 3, but I want to let it play until the end, because as you can see, I'm doing it off the proc sometimes, and you know, people gonna say, okay, you're a bad player, you're doing it, you're losing damage through your CTP of Judgment. But as you can see with Namor, it's a trick. If you enable your CTP of Judgment before your tier 3 skill, right before the tier 3 skill, in the end of your tier 3 skill, you're gonna be able to pop it out again. So, you know, you have a gap of 2 seconds without your tier 3, without your CTP of Judgment being on inside the tier 3, but in the start and in the end, the tier 3 is there and the CTP of Judgment proc is there, and you're gonna be able, yeah, like see there, in the end, I pop it out again, so I'm gonna be able to do another rotation with the CTP of Judgment on. So with Namor, you could ignore completely your procs. You can play like crazy, do whatever you want. It's not like Carnage. Not like I was paying so much attention with Carnage. As I told you, I'm a messy player most of the times. And here, as you can see, I wasn't sure about how fast my 4th skill gonna enable the paralysis, and I was waiting a bit. But you can see it's 1 minute left and I'm already at 8.5. Yeah, I'm not sure about the score, but competing a tier 3 level 80 with a tier 4 character, It's something you need to know, you know. If you already have bought Carnage and you have tier for him, cool. But if you don't, you could skip him for ABX and ABL and go through Namor or something like that. I remember most of the people was saying that Carnage is pure PvP and stuff like that. But if you go through my other videos, you're gonna see how good he is on PvE, also in World Boss Legends and stuff like that. But for ABL and ABX, his weakness is the damage accumulation you need to take through. So yeah, I'm not sure, but as you can see here, 9.7, it's a huge score. It's a huge score for a character that you don't really need to invest a lot. I mean, okay, I have a couple of this blessing on him for sure. A judgment, it's not cheap, but 10 million, half a million less, and we're talking about tier 3 against tier 4. So, in my opinion, guys, if you want to do a cheap ABX and ABL team up, Titania is really a blast, and using her with Namor tier 3 level 80 can get away with you not building Carnage, not building Hulk for ABX and ABL. Namor feels like he got it and he can do it with the CTP of Judgment, and people believe that Rage and Mighty Rage or Brilliant Rage is kind of better for ABL and ABX, but for Namor, in my opinion, Judgment, it's gonna be a really good solution that you can use him for World Boss Legend and ABX and ABL really easy. As you can see, I can pull out 10 million easy peasy without even trying. So as a cheap solution, I vote for Namor. But because I'm a fan of Carnage, I did him, and I'm not gonna say that okay, I wish I couldn't tier for him, but as I did hit, I'm gonna use him for PvP. I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep using him for ABL and ABX. The days that Carnage is available for ABL, Namor has there's no days for him. He's mutant and Carnage is usable as human, I think. So yes, you couldn't replace him as a tier 3, as a tier 4. So yes, that was it. I hope I helped you decide if you're gonna build Namor or Carnage, if you're gonna build Titania, what CTP gonna give to them, and what you're gonna do on Black Friday, which is like 2 weeks from now. See you in the next. Bye bye to everyone, and don't forget to let me know down below in the comments what team did you use in this day of ABX. Kisses.